Hey guys, Gundam Russ back once again. Well, welcome back to yet another video. This week for Topic Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a video on what difficulty do you play your games on. Now, this is a response video to Tazen, an awesome YouTuber, which I'm going to leave a link to in the description, so check him out. He just does some fantastic videos on topics, and I really enjoy it. It's becoming one of my favorite, YouTube channels after the likes of, Happy Console Gamer and Metal Jesus Rocks. So, yeah, definitely one of my favorite YouTubers to watch at the moment. So, definitely check him out. Big congrats to you, mate, for hitting 100 subscribers. It couldn't have come to a nicer guy. Okay, so the way I'm going to be doing this video here is I'm going to be talking about some of my favourite genres of games and how I go about playing them, because different genres I play differently. First one I want to talk about is action adventure games, so like your Tomb Raider, Uncharted, those sort of things. I tend to play these games on the medium difficulty, that way I can get through them relatively well. But still be challenging at the same time. Playing this Tomb Raider currently at the moment, I'm trying to finish it, and at the moment I'm playing on the medium difficulty. And what I tend to do with these sort of games is that I'll play them through once and I'll collect treasures as I go on the way, but I won't focus on it too much. I'm more in depth with trying to get my head around the story, upgrade my weapons where I can, and just trying to get through it and enjoy it the best I can. Once I've done that, and if I've really enjoyed playing it, I definitely then go to playing on the harder difficulty, and then I'll go through and try and look for all the rest of the treasures and try and complete it 100%, which I'm sure I'll do with this like I did with the last Tomb Raider. But that's how I tackle adventure games. When it comes to the genre of kart racing games, absolutely love Sega All-Star Racing. If you haven't got this game in your collection, you surely should. With these ones here, I am quite good at kart games, but I tend to start off with doing a lot of the cups on the easier mode, trying to, get my head around the controls and how everything plays, drifting and picking up the weapons and just, getting my head around all the tracks and just, trying to create that, photographic memory of what I need to do at certain corners to get the best sort of times. So once I've done that, I then go to medium, and then I play on the sort of the expert mode, and I try and maximize my gameplay out of these and get the most out of them by, gradually working my way up, and then trying to complete these games 100%. So when you do get to the harder difficulties with this, they do give you quite a challenge. The AI tends to go from being quite easy to being very hard, and you could be in first place and all of a sudden bang, right at the back in 6th or 8th place. Pretty sure 8th place is the last place in this game, don't quote me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is how I tend to tackle kart racing games. When it comes to great platform games like the Ratchet and Clank series, I tend to play these on medium difficulty. That way they still give me quite a bit of a challenge. It's a bit like Tomb Raider. I go through and I play the game from the start to the end, and then I go back through and play it through on the hard difficulty. Now, the good thing about certain platform games like this and many others as well is that generally when you finish the game, they allow you to take over your weapons into the next time you play it through, and that's when I tend to go through on the hard difficulty, try and grab all the rest of the trophies that are remaining. I know this one here, I'm about 80% through, almost got the platinum for it. So how I played this one was I played it through a medium difficulty, really enjoyed it thoroughly, and now with my maxed out weapons, I'm going back through and trying to clean up the last of the trophies that I need on the hardest difficulty. So yeah, that's how I go about tackling platform game. When it comes to Japanese RPGs, this is one of my favourite genres, especially with the American RPGs as well. I tend to play the games on the harder difficulty, sometimes extreme difficulty, mainly for the fact, like Tazen, they give you a bit more of a challenge. I'm, quite good at Japanese RPGs, and I get my head around them quite easily. Yeah, I just like to challenge myself a little bit more and give myself a little bit more, gameplay that way. And I know a lot of RPGs sometimes can be 60 hours, and sometimes by taking it to that higher notch, it can take it up to anywhere to 100 hours. A lot of people don't have that sort of time, I understand that, but I like to try and maximize the difficulty when it comes to Japanese RPGs. Now, lastly, the racing genre is one of my strengths when it comes to gaming. I'm very good at it. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. It's just something that I'm really good at. Not everyone is good at every game, and not everyone is good at every genre, I mean. I'm not very good at sort of puzzle games a lot of the time, and sometimes with the likes of old Tomb Raider games where I used to love Tomb Raider, I would get stuck with puzzles and that sort of thing. So puzzle games aren't my strength, and often I'll have to go to my girlfriend and say, how do I get through this part? And she'll often help me get through. I just find sometimes with a lot of puzzles that if they're too hard, I just get frustrated and just want to turn the game off or change something else. So, but yeah, getting back into the racing games, this is my strength. This is where I shine. I'm very good at them. Um, this sort of racing game is more of a sort of real racing simulator, and the Forza series for Xbox players is very much like that. So in regards to this, I tend to play this on a harder difficulty as early on as I can, because generally what you do with these sort of games is you start off as being, a nobody. You've got a car that costs you next to nothing. It costs you 5-10,000. It's not very fast, and you're starting off doing like your Sunday sort of races, and it's just a easy track. You're going around at a very slow speed, and you slowly start to build money up. Well, I try to do my best. Like with a lot of people that play these games, they try and do every race as they go along, and you go from this sort of Sunday Cup to another cup, which is a little bit harder, and they spend the cash buying the slower sort of cars and slowly build them way up. I try and find my fastest way to get to the hardest sort of races. So I'll do the Sunday Cups. I'll save my money up and buy a car, go the hardest race I can do with that car. Then I'll buy another car and try and do the hardest races I can do with that, and I'll eventually get myself to the likes of the big races where the stakes are much higher. You get much more money, but the AI of the other cars is really high up there, and they're quite a challenge to try and beat. So yeah, you could basically say with the likes of racing simulator games, like real racing simulator games, I try and play them on the hardest difficulty, and that way I could just get some maximum enjoyment out of it and a real challenge. So there we have it, guys. There's my take on what difficulty I play my games at. Hope you did enjoy. Let me know below, what level you play your video games at. Do you play certain genres on easy? Do you play certain genres on hard? Do you play all your games on easy? Do you play all your games on hard? Are you an extreme gamer, that sort of way? I'd love to hear below. As always, leave me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, fools. See you later.